Today's episode of Dungeon Crawlers Radio is brought to you by Gamers Inn, your one-stop location for all your gaming needs. Located in Lehigh City, Utah, their fun and friendly staff will be more than happy to answer any of your gaming needs. Just remember, Gamers Inn, it's where adventures begin.
It's time to power up.
Autobots, roll out! Broadcasting live from the DCR studio.
Oh yeah!
The Geek Revolution starts here.
Excellent!
Get ready for the #1 hit geek radio show out there.
Well, it is impressive, isn't it?
Because it's time for Dungeon Crawlers Radio.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Alright, welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Crawlers, where we're going to talk about superheroes that live long enough to be the villain.
And Dano crushing everybody's dreams.
I crush dreams all the time. Dang it!
Then
You act like you're surprised.
You are the villain.
I'm a ginger. I have no soul, right?
That explains so much.
He's a daywalker.
Yep.
Headshot.
Woo! Alright, so,
Double tap.
with that said, this is actually a really good topic because they've kind of... Have you played the Injustice video game?
Oh, that one makes me cry.
I haven't played the Injustice
So
game.
they've kind of gone along that storyline where, you know, Superman's become the villain because the Joker actually uses Scarecrow's gas and actually tricks Superman into believing that Lois is the Joker. So he ends up killing Lois and then unleashes a bomb on Metropolis, wiping out most of Metropolis.
You also forgot Lois was pregnant.
And forgot Lois was pregnant.
Oh.
Scarecrow has
child.
got to be the scariest.
And so
villain that
at
they've
that
come
point,
up
he
with.
I would
goes
agree.
totally nuts.
It's creepy.
He goes after the real Joker, melts his brain right in front of Batman, and then just goes on a rampage of killing all the villains.
But Batman and Joker have a thing. They have a relationship.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
Wait, that's Batman
but
Lego. Never
but
mind.
No, that is the thing. Is the hero. Every hero has a tipping point. What is the tipping point that eventually tips them to be, a villain? In this case, it was the death of Lois, which I could easily see. Batman, he's had a plethora of people die around him, but what is the tipping point that pushes him too far? Because he's come very close a lot of times.
He has.
It's the tipping point is most of the time, actually 99.9% of the time, is when you've lost someone that is closest to you.
Yeah.
But who does Batman have close to him anymore?
Well, he doesn't
Alfred?
really. He's always...
Yeah,
Who
but
basically
even then,
raised
say.
him.
Yeah.
And we were talking Flashpoint.
but that's almost like
Well,
getting
yeah.
angry when your your 100-year-old grandpa dies
That's
of old
true.
age.
I mean, you
know?
could...
Hey, my 100 okay, it was like 80, but still.
I mean, look at Barry Allen. He wiped out an entire existence, so he
True.
can go back and save his mom. Rewrote time and everything. So we got Flashpoint, which billions were killed because of Wonder Woman and Aquaman's fight, and so on and so forth.
I don't want to be Aquaman. Aquaman sucks.
Really? I think we actually have an Aquaman that looks like a badass now.
Oh, come on. You watch Big Bang Theory, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Somebody get
We
that
got
quote.
it.
Okay.
It
Gotcha.
wasn't funny.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a line from a lot of movies, though.
it is. It is. Everyone.
Aquaman sucks.
Aquaman
How
is.
come that one? He never came up in our worst heroes.
Because I think Aquaman's one of a really good superhero. Actually.
How did Spider-Man bottom out below Aquaman?
So Aquaman.
Because Dopey
Okay,
McGuire
so
killed him.
Here, I'll throw it to you. Aquaman's skin is almost as impenetrable as Superman. He's just as strong as Superman. Yes, he talks to fish, which is what everyone gets him on.
Doesn't he have
He can
flippers
swim
for feet?
super fast.
But he has flippers for feet, right?
And on top of that, above everything else, he's punched death in the face. And
He punched death in
oh
the
yeah,
face?
he's punched death. And
Like literally punched the
Yes.
Grim Reaper
Yes.
in the mouth.
yes,
That's almost as good as the Hitler punch.
in
That is pretty
comics.
good.
So there is a lot of really cool things that he's been able to accomplish.
Superhero. Can I induct a new superhero?
It
Okay.
depends. Is it Sherlock or Psych?
No, and it's not Chuck Norris either. Jack Sparrow.
I think he falls into that same situation with the others.
Damn it.
Yes.
Come on.
How is Jack Sparrow a superhero?
He robbed a bank and took the damn bank with him.
All right.
He's come back from the other side of the world.
But
He's more like chaos.
Yeah.
Or whatever the...
So, but so are you saying he's a villain or a hero or what?
Yeah,
Because
because he
the
kind of
hero-
rides both
He's
those
a-
What we're
lines
talking
pretty
about
well.
is the hero that
No,
eventually
he's
becomes the villain.
dishonest. And a dishonest man you can always trust to be
He's
dishonest.
a pirate. He's a badass, sexy
You
pirate.
didn't get that, did you?
No,
And
I
very
did. Because
good.
that's in the movie too, isn't it? And the guys are like, "Oh,
Very
he's got
good.
a good point."
And then he starts fighting Barbosa.
I'm just saying. Look at how many situations he's been in. He hasn't killed anybody.
Yes, he has!
No, he hasn't. If you,
Barbosa at the end of the first movie.
because he knew, but Barbosa grabbed the coin.
No, Barbosa was dead and dead and dead.
Didn't you see the very, very end where the
Oh,
monkey
are we
grabbed
talking
the coin?
the dead man, whatever the...
But
Dead
the
Man's Chest?
Five?
no, the first one, a monkey grabbed the coin and he gave it to Barbosa. So even though Barbosa was shot,
No, Tia Dalma brought him back. Barbosa
Yeah.
was dead.
Yeah.
well, then what's the monkey doing with the coin?
Because the monkey isn't a monkey and the monkeys
Monkeys
steal
mess around
stuff.
with all sorts of things. Yeah, they take coins.
The monkey
and
is the
pens
sonic
and bones
screwdriver of the pirates world.
Meaning?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow
tool.
has been through
Fair
a lot
enough.
of crap, and he should be a hero, superhero.
So
No,
wait, if you
he's
go
the
through a lot of
anti-hero.
crap,
He's
you
like
just
a-
automatically
He got
get to
eaten by
become a
the crackhead.
superhero?
So that happens every other Thursday.
So wait a minute. If
And the
I,
only reason why he came back is because they dragged his butt out of the locker.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
across-
Elizabeth
and
Swan
across
is the
salt
hero.
flats.
Pretty much.
ask me,
Okay.
he's a really happy-go-lucky bad luck charm.
He's awesome.
By the way, Jake, if you're listening, I still love you.
So, okay.
Even though she said otherwise before
So
the show
heroes to
started.
villains. What heroes have we seen that have fallen, become villains?
All right.
Because there have been.
Hal
Oh.
Jordan?
Hal Jordan has.
We talked about that already.
Hal
yeah.
Jordan fell to being a villain because he was affected by Parallax, the fear entity.
Captain
Two-Face.
America was no longer...
But Two-Face was never really a hero. But
No.
Two-Face,
Well, no,
was
Two-Face
the guy that went.
he is a good one
Well,
because
look,
Harvey
he
Dent
did-
was a really good
He was,
attorney.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
And he was a really good, solid guy, and then...
He was
That
a
was
district
definitely a
attorney,
side
wasn't
was
he?
a
He was
district
putting
attorney,
guys
yeah, he
away,
was, yeah.
even in...
And then he went crazy
yeah.
after his accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another good one.
He just
I
took
mean,
a little...
I mean, honestly,
push.
the Joker was a good guy before he became the Joker.
Darth Vader.
No.
No.
Oh, come on. He
No.
was the cutest little kid.
He was the worst, stupidest kid.
We're moving
we
on
never
from
really
that.
had a whole lot of good inside of him to begin with. He had a tiny bit that was dormant for a really long time, and then kind of came back at the
I'm
end.
just
But I
trying
would
to
never
fill
say
in
he was
Scott's
good to
shoes
bad.
and being the devil advocate over here, okay?
That's fine.
So, Scott, this is for you.
Hey, that reminds me. There's a story we talked about. Apparently, something with Scott in a shower.
Oh,
Scott
yes.
in a shower.
Yeah. It was a very interesting time in my life where I had made the bad decision to move
Good
to Vernal.
segues. Good segues.
Yes, it was a terrible choice. So I packed up all my stuff. I rented myself an apartment, put all the stuff in a U-Haul, and called my best friend Scott. I said, Scott, I need help moving. And he said, okay. So we drove out to Vernal from Salt Lake. It's
That's
good
his
3
first
hours.
mistake.
Vernal?
Yep, Vernal. Yeah. It was a nice, decent drive.
This story just became more redneck.
So
I've been to Vernal. Nothing's out there except for paleontologists and oil people.
yeah. I'm glad I didn't stay there.
Because your mom and pa way out there making moonshine.
Yeah. So I'm glad I didn't stay there. So we get it to the apartment, and Scott hadn't showered that day, and after being in a nice hot car for 3 hours, and I was taking him camping that night too, actually taking him to drop him off with some friends, and he has to use the shower. Well, I just moved in. There's no shower curtain, none. So he goes in, closes the door, and I hear the shower turn on, and I'm
This
thinking,
is
well,
going in nowhere that any of you were thinking that this is going, but it's awesome.
oh yeah. So behind me in the kitchen there was this cooler that had all the drinks and stuff in it because, you know, a 3 hour drive, even though it was only 3 hours, we planned for like 3 days. So we had tons of Mountain Dew and waters and a lot of ice.
Candlelight dinner.
And after it got nice and romantic, I took a bowl and I filled it full of the ice and the water, and I could still hear the shower running. And right as I think it was, yeah, I can't remember if he turned it off or not. It didn't matter. I just plugged the door open, and there was Scott in all his glory.
This is hazing gone
Bum,
bad.
bum.
If you guys want a visual, there's a whiteboard behind here. Look at. I took
I will start drawing.
that water and I just threw it right at Scott. And it hit every part of it was supposed to. And his voice just went up several octaves as he began singing notes. I didn't know he could sing. I don't think he was trying to sing, but it was definitely...
And this was back in the day when
melodic-
Scott did not have
melodic?
a beard.
Yes, he did not have a beard, no.
Yes.
Oh,
Beardless
that's
Scott.
even better.
Yeah, he was
Babyface
young,
Scott.
young babyface Scott, doused in freezing cold water. And the funny thing is, I did this to him a second time, too, at another date. We were then at his mom's house. Yes, after another wonderful romantic candlelit dinner. No,
You don't do things like that at your mother's house.
no, we didn't. But he's like, hey, I need to take a shower before we leave, and I said, that's great.
Scott
he
really
went
likes to shower at
downstairs.
other people's places. That's all I'm getting out of this story.
This was his place. This was his place this time. I just happened to be there. He just likes to shower when I run. He likes to be clean for me. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with one heterosexual male wanting to be clean for another heterosexual male, and that other heterosexual male feeling that's very common or very courteous
Scott.
that he's clean.
You're going to regret not being here.
can just hear him now going,
No defense.
Wait!
No defense for poor
So-
innocent Scott.
So he's in his mother's shower. This one doesn't have a curtain either because it's a door. So you don't even need a curtain. Well, I was looking around. I couldn't find any bowls. I don't know how I could not find a bowl in this kitchen, though there was no bowl
Scott,
in
you
this
don't
kitchen.
have any bowls? What's the matter
It
with
was
you?
his mother's kitchen.
Oh. Never mind.
Anyways, his mother, as wonderful as she is, I did find a bag. Yes, I found a garbage bag, which I was then able to tuck into my belt around the front of my pants, and then I pulled it out, kind of like a little basket, when you pull out the front of your shirt and put stuff in your shirt. Except I then went up to the fridge, of course, because it has cold water. And I filled the bag with cold water until I had what was basically an industrial-sized water balloon. I then took this into the bathroom, and seeing the shower door is all frosted, and there's this fleshy outline of a dude behind it. Say, hey, Scott! And I just took the bag and dumped it over top, all over him.
Oh, Scott, I'm
This was the other time I heard him make that
sorry.
same melody. Really?
Glass shattering.
No,
Ear
it was very
piercing.
sweet.
It's called he gets a singing voice when the cold water hits.
Something kind of like that, but a little higher.
Wow.
Yeah,
There you
kind
go.
of like that, but a little bit more frightening
So
undertone.
it's,
Yeah.
so it's like the Wilhelm scream, but scared and
Yes.
more high pitched.
Yes.
Sweet.
Scott,
We need
How
to
are we going to
replicate
get
this.
him to do that again?
Throw some, apparently get him
All
to
I
take
need
a
is
shower.
some
a
sound recording
microphone.
equipment, and I need to know when he's taking a
this,
shower.
this is going to be a Facebook Live for Dungeon Crawlers at
No,
some
we're not
point.
Facebook Live.
Oh, I don't think we should
We
Facebook
don't wanna
Live a
see
shower
that.
scene
No.
with Scott.
I'm okay with the high pitched
If
squeal.
you
but
think
nothing
Psycho was bad enough for the shower,
You don't have to see anything. Just
exactly. You
all
don't
the
have to see
steam
anything.
all of a
It'll
sudden
still
go
scare you.
So all we can do, we'll just stay outside the door, and you go in. Scott.
exactly.
Splash.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, Scott, have fun.
We love you.
We miss you,
truly
bud. Hope
do.
you're feeling better.
Moving on.
We're going to hell.
I hear gin is really good for the plague, my friend.
So
a song for that
superheroes
one,
becoming
too.
villains.
And ice water.
You kind of mentioned the Flash. What are some others that we've seen?
My gosh.
Arrow.
Well, if you think
Arrow,
about
yeah.
it, Spider-Man
Oh,
does a
no.
little bit too.
Why? Do we
Why?
keep bringing
Because
up
you hate
that?
him, and he is such an amazing superhero. Venom.
You're telling us
Venom
like we
is
care.
basically his alter ego. Even though he's also the super villain, when he first becomes infected with the venom as the parasite that it is, or the symbiote that
The
it is.
symbiote takes
Yeah.
control of him and does some
And-
stuff, but
and at
that's
first
a
he thinks-
long course of time.
That's true, because at first he thinks it's good, but then as he continues to use it, he realizes he doesn't have control of it, and he doesn't get it to make the decision.
Correct.
And so in a way, he kind of turns, but he realizes it and fights back and
fights back.
overcomes
Okay,
it in a
all
way
right.
to come back
Yeah.
to being who he is.
Okay, I'll accept that one.
But Arrow, kind of back to what I was saying, and I'm talking the TV series, not
Yeah.
the Green Arrow, because when you think of it, he kind of started out as a villain in a way.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, he really went on a different kind of hero's path because he started out killing every other week, every
Yeah.
episode,
And then
went on the
disavowed killing because his best friend died, and then kind of went back, and then became the League of Assassin.
We don't talk about that season.
Yeah. All right. So moving forward.
Okay, so what about describe this to me, because as many times as I've tried to have my husband explain this to me, I really don't understand Deadpool.
Anti-hero.
But everyone says that he's both.
Yeah.
No.
So
he's an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero because...
So is he just a vigilante?
Well, no, he'll kill anyone for just the pleasure of killing them, or whoever pays him the most, or just because
Let's
they
go
annoy
and
him.
He's the
live
merc
those
with the
people.
mouth.
So
Don't
he
you
was
mean
he
you
was
want to
never
go
a
kill
hero.
those people?
No.
They sound fun. Let's unlive them.
No, he was never a hero, even before he got his powers or anything like that. So he's always just been...
Wasn't he Canadian Special Forces or
Yes.
whatever they called that?
Yeah.
Canadian? Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't know he's Canadian?
Yes.
I know Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
No, Deadpool is legit Canadian.
So is Wolverine.
They're both Canadians.
Okay,
They're both Canucks.
Yeah. So...
In fact, I think that's how
could
they
have sworn
met.
I could have sworn in the movie they talked about American Special Forces. Did they do that in the movie?
They did do that in the movie.
May I point out that movie's crap?
Yeah.
Magneto.
Oh.
Magneto was never a hero.
He was never a hero. He
In
has
the
become
end,
a
he went
hero.
villain from
He was villain to hero and then went back. But he's teeter-totter back and forth all the time.
Yeah, he wasn't originally a villain, though, was he? Wasn't he good friends with Xavier before everything happened?
You're right, but
in First Class, he was always a little bit of a loose cannon.
yeah, he's never really been a hero. But he has teetered back.
Not yet.
And then
Phoenix.
the Phoenix is an entity, so that's kind of hard.
So are we talking Jean Grey then?
Yes.
Okay.
Or Rachel Summers.
No, Jean Grey.
Okay, well, Jean Grey. But that's because
That's
the
right.
entity took her over.
Well, I guess that would
She was
fall kind of
possessed.
under the same situation with Spider-Man. Something else came and took him
somebody
over.
else did. You know,
And Hal Jordan.
But even Batman has fallen to a villain, kind of a villain status during the Nightfall after Bane had broke Bruce Wayne's back, and then he turned Batman over to Jean Paul Valley, which used to be Azrael, and then he got the weird bat suit and then started killing people all over the place. Yeah. Then Bruce Wayne had to come back. So I mean, we've kind of seen it a little bit in every superhero. It seems like.
Well, because Superman, I mean, I wouldn't say besides Injustice, but now we're talking comics.
Well, Superman.
Death of
after-
Superman.
When Superman died, we had all those fake Superman
like
show up.
Bizarro,
Cyborg Superman,
Superman.
the Eradicator, Superboy. I mean, they were all crazy.
But they technically weren't Superman.
Yeah.
So,
but there is the storyline where Steppenwolf does show up and corrupts Superman, and Superman goes to join the army of Darkseid, which I'm hoping, which is the story for the Justice League.
ooh, that could be really good.
Where we see Dark Superman, which would explain, which would allow us to see Superman in the black suit.
Ooh, that would be
And
so
which
cool.
would explain why we haven't seen Superman in the lineup until just recently. There's been a poster that's come out that we see Superman on there, which would explain the dream sequence we see where he's going fighting Batman and Superman surrounded by the parademons.
Seeing after Wonder Woman, I have tentative hope for Justice League that it's not going to be crap.
It'll be awesome because Jeff Johns is in charge.
Ooh, Jeff Johns, you are the savior of the DC
he's
world.
who is behind Wonder Woman. So I'm
Why didn't they
sure-
just have him do everything from the beginning?
Because they put Zack Snyder in charge.
Can I bring up a really weird...
Yes.
Sorry, side note.
No, go ahead.
Transformers, it's coming out.
Yes.
'Kay.
Another hero that becomes a villain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Optimus Prime.
But there's a reason behind that.
And yeah, because apparently his maker is making,
Well, the makers of the Quintessons.
So
they strike a bargain with him to save Cybertron. The Quintessons will reactivate Cybertron, which we know from the first movie, Cybertron is dead. They will activate Cybertron if he kills the rest of the Autobots and allows them to take over Earth.
Am I the only one who noticed Megan Fox is in this one?
I
haven't seen her in any of the promotional stuff.
She's in the promotional stuff. She's in the show, and she has a British accent.
Wait, what?
No, that's not Megan Fox. That's a different actress.
Then why the heck did they get someone that looks exactly like her?
She looks close to her, but that's actually Anthony Hopkins' daughter, and she's with Hot Rod.
Okay. I'm only going because it's Mark Wahlberg.
I actually think he's a lot better lead character being in that movie than Shia was. Yeah. I know everyone
Shia
hates
was
the
a
last
bit
one.
of star power, though, when you think about it. He
At
was
the
up and
time,
coming.
but
yeah.
he
flamed out.
He was good in the first one. It worked for
But
the
he
first
can
one.
do it.
It's just
But
that
after that, it was just like it was the same jokes with him and the same screaming and.
Well, it's not just that. I think they didn't push their writers in the last one either, and that's what really frustrated
I
me.
liked the last one
because I'm not talking about writing. I'm just saying they didn't give they should have pushed for more dialogue. There was way too much action. They really needed to dial back on that and bring a little bit more dialogue into this.
See, and I love Josh Duhamel's character throughout the whole
Oh,
thing.
I love
he's a
Josh.
great
I'm
character.
just saying that
He's a great
when
character, and
you're-
I felt like they kind of lost that aspect when he wasn't in the first Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah, they
well,
really need to.
They're tying the first three back in with this one, but the fourth one was good. I love the fact that they brought back the square truck build that we've always seen Optimus Prime as in the cartoons.
Right.
Because I hate the long diesel.
That looked funny.
It just looks weird with Optimus and the flames. He's always been red. Anyways,
I will say, if Bumblebee dies in this, I will cry.
moving on. Moving on.
Why are you such a spoiler? Everything with you
I didn't
is
say a
You don't have to.
I
Your
did-
facial expressions tell me everything I
could be-
need to know.
He could look.
Just so everyone's aware, Daniel's face is now a spoiler alert.
It's awesome.
Completely spoiler alert.
He just loves to mess with you, is what it is.
No,
Yeah.
because I know him way too well. When I
Yeah.
say something and then
Which
he
makes
just
it very
shuts his
easy to mess with
shuts
you.
his pie
T-shirt,
hole, and then I'm
T-shirt.
like, I know
It's a
exactly.
spoiler alert right on the
It
front.
was
big bold
it was like
letters.
the perfect segue to go. All right, moving on.
It kind of was.
That way, no one will ever look at you and go, "I should talk to him about a movie."
That's okay.
That's right. Don't talk to Dano about a movie.
No.
We're gonna
Save a lot
tattoo
of
it on his
people's
head.
very
I have a-
tender
Dano
and delicate
spoils
feelings.
everything.
I have an opinion,
About
and
everything.
it's right, and it's
It usually hurts people.
awesome. Sometimes it does.
It really does. I can't talk to you.
I have a giant warhammer. I'm gonna name it opinion. My opinion.
His dimples lie, people.
Oh, if Scott were here, I'm just imagining what he would say right now.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Why did you let Varen tell that story? That's what it is. All right.
You realize people at my work might listen to this?
Yep.
I'm coming back next time strictly for this reaction.
Yeah.
You forgot. We got a twofer.
Woohoo!
I have lots more stories.
Scott.
Although Scott has plenty of them about me too,
Scott
so
That's
Knight.
true.
The
Oh,
question becomes, do you have any shame?
not much.
No,
well then we're
Then
okay.
we can't blackmail you with it.
All right.
No, but
That's
we
my
can Scott.
superpower.
Right? Mine too.
The
Oh,
ability to toss
I just thought of
off
another
shame.
hero. So Wonder Woman did have a moment where she was considered a villain when she broke Max Lord's neck on television.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
But at the same time, she was saving Superman's life because Max Lord was controlling Superman. And the only way to stop it, and she, again, was put into an impossible situation
They
where
don't ever
Max
show
Lord...
those two really get together, do they?
What?
Wonder Woman, Superman, like as a
I don't like it.
New 52, they were actually a couple.
And that's when I stopped reading the New 52 is when I
Oh,
did
that's
that.
right, because you're a Lois Lane fan.
And then Lois Lane
duh.
actually
I'm just
uncovered
like wanting Superman
Clark
to get
Kent
some.
as Superman, and then he had to become Archie, a truck driver.
Who with the what now?
You mean
Yeah.
Superman
Is that all New
went
52?
from being Clark Kent to being Archie?
Do you have like a
truck
beer
driver?
gut and everything?
No, he did not have a bear gut.
Oh,
but he
well,
had,
That would be an
he
amazing
did.
power.
He did kind of have some stubble on that and wore a hat.
What
but-
you don't know is I'm displaying my powers right now. Watch out. It could.
Well, the New 52
it
has
could
been
make some justice
rewritten.
happen.
That's awesome.
So with
How many times have they done that already
Well,
with DC?
They did the whole rebirth thing where they brought in the multiverse again because the New 52
Killed
eradicated that.
Yeah, it killed
and
it.
then they brought it back.
Because the multiverse was awesome.
And so the New
That's how they
52
explained all the plot holes.
Yeah. So right now, Superman is struggling with all his memories from the New 52 and his memories of being with Lois, and he also remembers all the moments with Wonder Woman and talk about awkward.
Is he's
So
he's
he's paid a
he's
lot of
another
money to a
live
counselor
forever
then.
type person, though,
Probably.
right?
Superman.
I think
Yeah.
superheroes do in general.
Superman,
Probably.
Immortal
Kryptonians
type.
age a lot slower.
There'd be a
Than
show for you.
humans
Superhero
do.
psychs.
So he's not-
So Lois would be
All
dead at
about
some
the
point. So he.
psychiatrists.
Correct. He's not immortal. He's not. He can't be killed. He just ages a lot slower. It's kind of like the elves from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Let's not go into that story.
Okay. We can move on
Orlando
from that
Bloom
story
being
too.
a
Moving
fairy.
on.
Yeah. feel
I
like I'm
plead
in
the
order.
fifth.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so it seems like there's a point where every superhero eventually, at one point, has been a villain in one way or another. Whether they're controlled by someone else, whether
Whether they're manipulated,
or they've handed the mantle over to someone else and they've messed it up.
Captain America.
So pretty
Yes.
much everybody is kind of screwed up at one point or another.
I
I think
think
it
Guardians
brings
of the
back-
Galaxy really walks that line too.
Guardians of the Galaxy, they're mercenaries. Honestly, that's
They
that's
are.
how I see them, as mercenaries, and they tote that line.
Yeah.
They're a lot like Daredevil, or not Daredevil,
Deadpool.
Excuse me. But even Daredevil walks that line too.
I thought of another one.
Yes.
Ghost Rider.
Yes.
I'd argue that Ghost Rider's more of an anti-hero,
He
though.
is an anti-hero. Well, hold on. Depends on which Ghost Rider we're talking about.
Let's go with Johnny Blaze.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
Vengeance.
I can't
that's
like
an
think
awesome
Nicolas
character.
Cage in my head though. I mean,
Oh, Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider is horrible.
oh come on now, just
It wasn't that
Just
good.
terrible.
Go with me on
However,
this.
I will have to say much better than the Ghost Rider in Agents.
storyline.
I actually like that. I was
Oh.
surprised how much I actually ended up
You
liking
can't. You
that.
There's
can't
a
think actor.
Ghost
You have
Rider
to
scenario in
think
Agents
writing.
of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, it's the first third of the 4th season.
Yep. And he doesn't ride a bike. He drives
Charger.
a Charger, like a souped-up Charger, like the one you saw Vin Diesel drive in Fast and Furious.
I
But
love
that's a
Fast and
sexy
Furious.
car.
It is an awesome car. I will agree with that. It's just not the Ghost Rider that I'm used to. So,
Poor Ghost Rider.
yes. All right. So, yeah. I mean, we're going to wrap this up. I think we got it. So at one point, every hero we've seen become a villain in one way or another, whether not their own. Something is manipulating them. Something's controlling them.
But it does help them get in touch with their humanity when you think about
Oh
it.
yeah, it does. It's interesting. Sometimes as fans we don't agree with it. We react to it negatively, but they can only do so much before
true.
they have to do something. Much like what they're doing with Captain America right now, which I
No, we
completely
are
disagree
moving
with.
on!
Completely do not
Moving
agree
on.
with that.
We are not going to speak of it.
Mackenzie's gonna slaughter me. All right, so we'll move on.
Oh,
And with that said, so we'll have fun, and we're out of here.
suck it.
Bye.
You will get nothing else from me.
Just because the world is without fuel doesn't mean it can't burn. Union Forest has unleashed a dragon upon the world, and it's hungry. Henry Morgan has to save his brother and face the dragon. Check out The Shadows Above the Flames, written by our very own Daniel Swinton and published by Immortal Works. You can find your copies on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, or anywhere books are sold. So go get your copy today and find out what happens to Henry and Rick.